Welcome to Fun Facts Daily, your source for just the good stuff. Monday through Friday, we're bringing fun facts and news you can use, all carefully curated to uplift and inform. So give yourself a break, relax, and learn something awesome in just a few minutes every day. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Wood, and today we're going to be learning a bit about time. But before we get into the facts, let's warm up our brains with a little challenge to see if you can tell fact from fiction. Consider this. Humans actually experience time at slightly different rates depending on their elevation. So if you live in a skyscraper, you're actually aging ever so slightly faster than someone living at sea level. What do you think? Is this an actual fact? We'll find out at the end of the episode. Now for your word of the day. Our word for today is ephemeral. That's E-P-H-E-M-E-R-A-L. Ephemeral is an adjective describing something that lasts for a very short time. Think of a fleeting moment, a delicate butterfly's lifespan, or a beautiful sunset that quickly fades. These are all ephemeral experiences. The word ephemeral comes from the ancient Greek word ephemeros, which means lasting only for a day. This was formed from epi, meaning on or for, and hemera, meaning day. So originally, something ephemeral was truly a one-day wonder. Over time, its meaning broadened to encompass anything that's short-lived, whether it's a day, a week, or even just a moment. Time for your daily high five, our top 5 fun facts about time. Number 1, clocks in space travel at a different speed than clocks on Earth, a phenomenon predicted by Einstein's theory of relativity. This mind-bending fact highlights how time is not an absolute constant, but rather relative to the observer's motion and gravitational field. For astronauts on the International Space Station, moving at incredible speeds, their clocks actually run a tiny bit slower than clocks on Earth. This effect, known as time dilation, means they're aging ever so slightly slower than people on our planet. The same principle applies even more profoundly to strong gravitational fields. If you are near a supermassive black hole where gravity is extremely intense, time would slow down dramatically for you relative to someone far away. This isn't just theoretical. It's a measurable effect that our GPS satellites have to account for to provide accurate location data. Without these adjustments, your GPS wouldn't be able to pinpoint your location correctly. Number 2, the shortest unit of time ever measured is called a zeptosecond. Just to really grasp how incredibly short a zeptosecond is, imagine taking 1 second and dividing it into a billion parts. Now, take just one of those parts and divide it into another trillion parts. It's just unfathomably tiny. This measurement was achieved by scientists in 2020 while studying how long it takes a photon to cross a hydrogen molecule. Measuring time at such an infinitesimally small scale is crucial for understanding fundamental processes in physics and chemistry. It allows scientists to observe events that happen almost instantaneously, like the behavior of light and electrons at a quantum level. These breakthroughs could lead to new discoveries in fields like quantum computing and the development of super-fast electronics. Number 3, it's estimated that the universe is about 13.8 billion years old, making human existence basically just a blink in its vast timeline. When we consider the age of the universe, our entire human history, from the first civilizations to modern society, occupies an incredibly tiny fraction of cosmic time. To put it in perspective, if the entire history of the universe were compressed into a single calendar year, humanity would only appear in the last few minutes on December 31st. This vastness of cosmic time is truly humbling. Scientists determine the age of the universe by observing the expansion of space and by studying the cosmic microwave background radiation, which is a remnant of the Big Bang. These measurements, combined with our understanding of physics, allow us to trace the universe's history back to its earliest moments. This immense timescale helps us to appreciate the delicate balance of events that led to the formation of stars, galaxies, and eventually our own planet. Now, here's a little bonus fun fact for today. As long as I'm talking about timelines and just how epic history can be, we often think of ancient times as one block, and everything in ancient history kind of gets compressed as if it happened all together. But Cleopatra the Seventh, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt, actually lived closer in time to us today than she did to the building of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Cleopatra was living from 69 BCE to 30 BCE. That means that she was walking the earth about 2,055 years ago. But the building of the Great Pyramid happened around 2,560 BCE, about 2,500 years before the reign of Cleopatra. Which gives me a perfect segue to fact number 4 for today. Some ancient civilizations, like the Egyptians, measured time using devices like sundials and water clocks long before mechanical clocks existed. Sundials, one of the earliest forms of timekeeping, relied on the sun's position in the sky to cast a shadow onto marked surfaces indicating the hour. These ingenious devices allowed people to organize their daily lives, schedule religious ceremonies, and manage agricultural tasks. Their precision varied with the season and geographic location, but they were remarkably effective for their time. Water clocks, also known as clepsydras, offered a more consistent way to measure time, especially during the night or on cloudy days when sundials were useless. They worked by allowing water to drip at a steady rate from one container to another, with markings inside the receiving container indicating the passage of time. And our 5th and final fun fact for today: the Earth's rotation is gradually slowing down, meaning that days are actually getting longer by a tiny fraction every century. While you won't notice it in your lifetime, the Earth's spin is not perfectly constant. Tidal forces from the moon are the primary culprit, creating a braking effect that slows our planet's rotation. This means that future generations, eons from now, will experience days that are noticeably longer than our current 24 hours. But don't worry, it's a very, very slow process. Fossil evidence and geological records confirm the phenomenon. Scientists have studied ancient coral fossils which lay down growth rings that reflect the number of days in a year. These studies show that hundreds of millions of years ago, a year contained significantly more days, indicating that each day was shorter. Now for some news you can use. Here's a little tip for better time management. Try the Pomodoro Technique. This involves breaking down your work into focused 25-minute intervals separated by short breaks. You use a timer to stay on track, and after 4 Pomodoros, you take a longer break. This technique works wonders because it helps combat procrastination and improves concentration. The strict time limit creates a sense of urgency, encouraging you to stay focused during each 25-minute burst. The short breaks prevent burnout and allow your mind to rest and refresh, making it easier to return to your tasks with renewed energy. It's a fantastic way to boost productivity and make the most of your valuable time. Now for the moment you've been waiting for. At the beginning of the episode, I asked if humans actually experience time at slightly different rates depending on their elevation. So, if you lived on a skyscraper, you're aging ever so slightly faster than someone living at sea level? Well, that's a fact. This relates to Einstein's theory of general relativity. Gravity actually warps space-time, meaning that time flows more slowly in stronger gravitational fields. Since gravity is slightly weaker at higher elevations, further from the Earth's center, time moves infinitesimally faster. While the effect is incredibly small, we're talking nanoseconds over a lifetime, it's been precisely measured by atomic clocks. For example, clocks at the top of a mountain or a tall building run slightly faster than identical clocks at sea level. This demonstrates that time is not a universal constant for everyone, but it's subtly influenced by our position in a gravitational field. It's a real-world application of some truly mind-bending physics. And just because I love these mind-bending facts, here's another one about different perceptions of time. Smaller animals like flies and squirrels perceive time as moving more slowly than larger animals do. Scientists have discovered a link between an animal's metabolic rate, its size, and its perception of time. Smaller creatures with faster metabolisms tend to process sensory information more quickly, which in effect means they experience the world in slow motion compared to us. This flicker fusion frequency, or the speed at which an animal's brain can process incoming light, is much higher in smaller animals. For them, the world appears as a series of still images at a much faster rate. This is why a fly can perceive your approaching hand with plenty of time to react, and why a squirrel seems to make lightning-fast decisions as it scurries through traffic. To them, our movement appears lumbering and slow. Now, I hope you enjoyed learning a bit about time with me today, and be sure to tune in every weekday for even more fun facts. Fun Facts Daily is an Airwave Media podcast. It was written, recorded, mixed, and edited by me, Kyle Wood. Thanks for sharing a part of your day with me. Be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app so you can keep the good stuff coming your way every day. And if you like the show, please do me a favor and leave a kind rating, review, or just tell your friends about it.